Well, Hoshino-kun is waiting. I should head to Charles. Alright. That seems pretty dope.
Yagami-san.
Look for a small branch. I see them all on Park Boulevard. Okay. Do that as well. Come back again later. 1F. No, stretch coil. Where is Park Boulevard? Park Boulevard's actually where the story wants me, so I can do that real quick. Go to. You mind? Come here. I did not say I was done. Dude, that's so awesome. I love it. The combat just gets better and better the more skills you get. It was already like, it was fairly simplistic, like button mashy, but it gets so much better with all these like cool combos. You can like pick stuff up. Like I was liking the combat, but now I'm loving it. There's so much we can do with it. I should probably use that SP extract at some point as well. That might help me. Let's grab these materials for I forgot his name already. Dragon Palace guy? Did that ring mean I can go back? What's this? Other side case to do, but I'm not gonna... Yeah, I just want to see more of the story. Just need more story, bro. Shouldn't have made the story this good if they didn't want me to just, like, see what's going on with it. This might be a playthrough where I end up doing most of the side content at the end because I'm just so interested in the story. Oh, what's up?
Kaito-san told me you'd be
Love
here.
this guy.
Don't forget about me next time, yeah?
Oh, I could never.
Wish you'd fucking forget about me. Is there a reason your little gang needs to keep meeting up here?
It's so nice of you to let us use your store, Higashi-san. Especially when you're clearly so opposed to the idea.
Don't talk down to Yakuza, kid.
It's okay, Higashi-san. I think we all know you're nicer than you let on.
What the hell?
Damn, and you're braver than you look, Hoshino-kun. You got the skills to back it up?
Just a third-degree black belt.
Huh?
Not that I've ever had to use it.
Well, I'll call this meeting to order.
Sure, I'll do the honors. Masamichi Shintani of the Genda Law Office has been murdered. Given that his eyes were gouged out, it's likely the mole was responsible. And I'll need all of your help to track him down.
The ADDC, huh? Weird time for that to come up again.
Again? It's come up before?
We can talk about that later. What's important now is Shintani called them before he was killed.
I don't get it. What's the connection between Shintani and the ADDC?
I think I remember them being in the news a lot last year. Something about a new drug that could win a Nobel Prize.
Yeah, here it is.
The ADDC's research into AD9 has now been published in one of the world's leading scientific magazines, leading to the gathering of reporters from both Japan and abroad that we have here today.
It's a brand new dementia drug. They call it AD9. This was right after Director Kido from the ADDC published his paper on it. They're still undergoing clinical trials on larger animals, but apparently every single mouse they've given it to has made a full recovery.
Now with
The man giving the presentation here is Dr. Ryusuke Kido, a world leader in neurophysiology and the primary researcher on AD9.
He's the one who showed me around the center when I was looking into Okubo's case. Guess he's been the director for a while now.
From what I can tell, the Ministry of Health is increasing the ADDC's budget to hasten the development of AD9. They're even adding another building to the center. It's a huge project.
Damn good deal they've got.
I'm still not getting it, though. Why Shintani go and call them?
That's what we're about to find out. And there's only one way to do that.
Come on! Can't just take a man's phone.
First off, we'll need to figure out who Shintani was calling.
Yeah, but how are we gonna do that over the phone?
I suppose that all depends on your acting skills, Detective Yagami.
I just have to figure out who he called and why.
ADDC, front desk speaking.
Hi there, ma'am. This is...
No one's suspicious.
Well, who
I
I
have
am
to.
doesn't matter.
Huh?
But anyway, I think a lawyer named Shintani called your office yesterday. I was wondering if you could connect me with whoever he spoke to.
I'm sorry, but I can't do that. It's in violation of our personal information policy.
Well, the truth is, Shintani-san passed away yesterday. This is the last number he dialed, so I'm calling to ask about him.
Are you with the police? You're not, are you?
Well, not exactly. You know what? I'll try back later. No way this happens over the phone. It'll be faster to just head over there myself.
You think that's gonna work?
Not sure, but I know the director, remember? Worst case scenario, I come back empty-handed.
I'll come with you, Yagami-san.
Okay, me and Nagashi will go check out what's going on with the Matsugane family. Shouldn't be tough with Hamura out of the picture.
Hey, I don't remember saying I was gonna help you.
By the way, Yagami-san, whatever happened to that guy from 3 years ago? Shinpei Okubo.
He's in the detention center. Been there since they gave him his death sentence.
Have you ever gone to see him, Yagami-san?
No. Why would I? Why do you ask anyway?
I don't know. I was wondering what he was like. The case got tons of news coverage, you know. I was also wondering what you thought about the case. I mean, did you really think that he was innocent?
Probably.
But then he walked and killed his girlfriend. You defended him for that too, yeah?
What did? Okubo-san asked me to after he murdered Emi-chan in cold blood.
Yep.
Did you believe him then too?
He kept saying the same thing. How he could never have killed anyone. But I didn't believe him, no. Fighting for him in court made me sick to my stomach.
Do you think he deserves the death penalty?
That's enough of the questions, Sugiura.
Well, my bad. Was that too far?
Nah.
If you say so.
Yagami-san? You're heading to the ADDC now, yes? I'm gonna grab a taxi for us. I'll wait for you over on Park Boulevard.
More info to the case file. Dude, let's get it. Chat, hear me out. What if I finish chapter 5? And then after that, I'll focus on side content. Honestly, it's not, like, again, it's because the story is just so freaking good. Like, I always want to move on the story at least a little bit, but what if, at least until we get to the end of the game? Because if we get to the end of the game, obviously I'll make sure we do all the side content, and I just want to end the playthrough. I don't know if there'll be post-game. Honestly, this doesn't strike me as a game that would have post-game, but I could be wrong. But obviously, at the end, I'll be like, oh, finish all side content, then finish the story. But, like, for now, I'm just so hooked. We're probably going to finish Chapter 5, and after I finish Chapter 5, we'll, like, focus on side content for a little bit. I want to make sure every stream is going to have a bit of story, because I just love... I just want to see what happens with the story. Like, honestly, I'm hooked. We'll blitz Chapter 5, though, and then we'll actually do side content. Like side cases, because we have a couple to work on. By a couple, I mean a good amount.
I've heard a bit about this place before. But the ADDC, isn't it just one part of a larger organization? If I recall correctly, they call it the Medical Institute. Is that accurate?
Yeah. They own every last inch of this campus.
It's incredible. Even with all these buildings, they're still getting budget to expand from that new drug. So? Is it the same as you remember?
Yeah.
Huh? Don't go too far ahead, Yagami-san!
What are you all shaken up for? Calm down. Just stick with me and you'll be fine. Got that, Yagami?
Yagami-san! Try not to just ditch me, okay? Is something wrong?
It's just... After 3 years, it still looks the same.
Huh?
Almost like time itself has stopped.
Yagami-san.
Come on. Front desk's over there.
Here we are. Crazy Taxi 2? Isn't Crazy Taxi like a Sega game? I think it is. Yo, what's poppin'?
Do you have an appointment, sir?
I don't, sorry. My name is Hoshino, from the Genda Law Office. This is my partner, Yagami. We're here to talk about a murder that took place in Kamurocho yesterday.
A murder?
Do I know this
Coworker
voice?
of ours, named Shintani. He was the victim.
Starting
We
to
have
sound
a record
familiar.
that he called this center before he was killed.
Huh?
We're hoping you can help us track down exactly who he spoke to.
I'm very sorry, sir, but I can't provide such private information.
I feel like I know this voice now. It sounds familiar all of a
Well,
sudden.
Could I at least talk to Director Kido instead? He's an old friend of mine. Just let him know Yagami stopped by, to say hello.
I don't think that'll be necessary. Look over there.
Gentlemen, I really don't know what else you want from me. I have nothing more to say. I've told the police all that I know.
Director of the ADDC.
Yeah, I know. Sorry about all this, Director. Problem is, my partner here won't give it a rest till he sees the scene of the crime. But I'm sure we'll be leaving soon.
That's not what we agreed upon. You know this isn't about how long it takes.
3 years earlier, dude, his hair. Yagami's hair looks so off to me when it's not the way it is now.
Still not fessed up.
No, not quite as of yet, sir. But we all saw where the body was. Exactly where he said it was.
Like, he almost looks unrecognizable, which I think is the point.
Fighting this now.
Because Yagami wanted to leave
The
this life
minister
behind.
has made it clear that he wants it resolved soon as well. Just look at how much trouble one contractor has caused.
Sorry, which minister? I didn't know about this, sir.
The health minister. It's all his call how much funding we get.
Director, if I may, if you would just direct me to the scene of the crime, I could head over there myself. I'll be out of your hair in no time, I assure you.
I'd rather you didn't wander on your own. So instead, she can show you. Terasawa-kun, these gentlemen here are Shintani-sensei and,
Yagami.
It's a pleasure. I hope I can help you find what you need.
Well, with that, I'll be taking my leave.
Thank you again, Director. Apologies for all the trouble.
This way. I can show you how to get to Waku-san's room.
Who's Waku-san?
The guy who died in his room?
Oh, yeah. And you are... Terasawa-san, huh? Wow, you're young. And a looker to boot.
Can we keep this professional?
Huh?
Nice try, Shintani-sensei.
Not the friendliest girl in town, huh?
We're not exactly welcome guests here.
After I busted my ass to pass the bar, I always figured I'd have my pick of the ladies.
Right this way, please. Straight ahead is the ADDC's general ward. Waku-san's room is on the 4th floor. This was the room assigned to Waku-san.
What's down there?
That's the research wing, where they develop all our new drugs.
Oh.
You can't get in without a gold key card, though. Not even I have one.
Gold, huh?
I suppose because it's the heart of the center's operations.
Huh. Sounds like it's a whole nother world back there. Security like that must be a bitch. Come on, Yagami.
Before he died, Waku-san spent most of his time in here.
And when was he admitted?
2 years ago. With Alzheimer's.
Some kind of dementia, right?
Alzheimer's is a neurodegenerative disease that leads to dementia, yes. In fact, it's the cause of almost 70% of all dementia cases.
So, they're one and the same, kinda? Anyway, do what you gotta do, Yagami.
Hey.
Hirasawa-san, a nurse at the ADDC hospital. Doesn't look too happy, probably because Shintani-sensei has been a creep since he had laid eyes on her. Or maybe she's always just as tense. Okay.
What the?
I really shouldn't stare like this. She's gonna think I'm no better than Shintani-sensei.
Hey.
Is this a standard nurse uniform these days? Why am I investigating this? It's a trophy, oh my word, that's hilarious.
What the?
Let's investigate the bed.
Else slept here since Waku-san's death?
Nobody, no.
And Waku-san was missing from his room the morning of the incident, yes?
That's right.
So he was murdered here, then carried out.
I can't say for sure, but it's likely.
Working on that assumption, how was his body carried outside? Should look a little closer. I'm gonna investigate more, just to see if I can get some fun dialogue. What's in there, huh? Nothing. Alright, cool. So what's poppin'? Shingani.
Hey.
Masamichi Shintani, not Shingani. Self-proclaimed king of the Genda Law Office. 40 years old, single, and looking. Hobbies include leering and being condescending. Oh man, that's funny. What about this window?
Window sealed shut. There's no way Waku-san could have escaped through here.
Investigate the entrance. Anything else, game? Anything else I should investigate?
Hey, all the rooms have windows like this, right? It seems like people would notice if something was going on in here.
Well, we only have so many employees in this ward. The halls stay fairly busy, but it's mostly dementia patients moving between appointments.
I see. I wonder how the room looks from the hallway.
You got all you need from here, yeah?
I think so.
Sorry, I had to read something. Give me yo. I'm gonna say it. Controlling.
Definitely see what's going on from out here. Shintani-sensei, can you lay on the bed for me?
I guess so. Care to join me, Terasawa-san? What do you got to lose?
He never misses a beat. Controlling Yagami in his lawyer days is really cool. Was it though? Was it really a
From this
joke?
vantage point, you can't make out the person's face.
So, was this the colossal waste of time I knew it'd be?
Nope. I got something I'd only get from being here.
Does it matter? It's been days. Case is practically closed. Shinpei Okubo is guilty as hell.
Well, according to him, he's not.
Of course that's what he says. Consider the facts though, man. You want to review the case?
Yeah, I guess I should.
Sure. Let's go over what we know so far.
Whatever you want. Alright, here we go. Our victim was the patient staying in this room. Koichi Waku, male, age 66. At 8:30 a.m. on the morning of the crime, the nurses noticed he was missing from his bed. Given Waku's degenerative state, they assumed he was wandering around the hospital somewhere. But after being unable to track him down, hospital staff filed a missing persons report.
Right.
You know what a dementia patient's like, though. Hard to imagine they'd make it outside on their own. The only conclusion then was that somebody must have taken him out of the hospital. After inspecting all the cars that came in and out of the center, they were left with one possible suspect. A laundryman by the name of Shinpei Okubo. It didn't take much prodding for Okubo to confess burying Waku's body out in the mountains. And lo and behold, 3 months after Waku disappeared, the cops found his body rotting away right where Okubo said it'd be. Cause of death was most likely suffocation, but they still don't know for sure. Any objections to this so far, Yagami-sensei?
Actually, yeah. You're forgetting something.
And what's that?
Okubo-kun insists he didn't kill anyone. All he admits to is dumping the body.
You can't say for sure that the guy who dumped the body actually committed the murder. If I budge on that, I'd be admitting Obakun did it before the trial even started.
Oh, sure. But come on, Yagami. Guy's got a history of assault, and it's on record. Roughed up his girlfriend. Accidentally broke her finger.
Right, but that was over 6 years ago. He was just a kid. Got drunk, made a huge mistake.
And what? It's okay for a kid to hit a woman?
Of course not. But that's not what he's on trial for.
True.
I don't condone what he did. But legally, committing one crime doesn't mean you're guilty of another.
Fine. But what about Okubo's shaky alibi? He said he left the center at 10 a.m. after grabbing the sheets from the general ward. Claimed Waku-san's corpse somehow got loaded into his truck. Who's gonna believe garbage like that?
If anyone should, it's his lawyers.
We're meeting with Okubo after this, right? You should just be honest with him. Tell him the case is unwinnable.
Are you two done here?
Yep. Can you show us the garage next? The one where Okubo-kun parked his truck. The service entrance, I think it was. That's the only other place we'll need to see today.
We'll need to take an elevator down there. Follow me.
What I was gonna say before all this cutscene and dialogue. Controlling Yagami in the past is really cool. I do like this. Getting the control. Actually, did I really say that? I honestly don't remember if I said it, but it is really cool. Getting to control Yagami here. Dude, Yagami with this hair, like, man, he looks, quite a shift, which I think was the point, because he wanted to leave his lawyer life behind. But man, it is such a shift. Alright, I honestly am gonna find the elevator before you. You are way too slow. Probably just further ahead, isn't it? If I were an elevator, where would I be? Oh, it's over there. Alright, well. That's what I get for not following you.
Hey, Yagami, you're never gonna last if you keep taking cases like this. Criminal suits are a constant test of your conviction, your sense of justice. They don't even pay that well.
Careful who you say that around.
Look, just chill out, okay? Take it from me. I've been around the block way longer than you have. Looks like a regular old garage to me.
You'd make it out with no problem if you put a body into your truck down here. It's quiet.
It is.
Hey, Yagami, check this out. These are the carts they used to collect sheets and linens. Day of the crime, Okubo was all over the hospital with one of these things. Would have been simple for him to sneak a body in there and cart it right out.
Maybe so. Where was Okubo parked on the day of the incident?
Oh,
Where indeed?
the truck was parked here, with the back facing the elevator. Here's a recreation of it.
I see.
DNA evidence from the victim was found in the flatbed of the truck. That's proof enough that the body was there. And when they confronted Okubo, he flat out admitted it.
Investigate the parking lot.
There was evidence that the body was in Okubo's truck.
That's not a truck, though. This is a car. I'm standing on this car. I am standing on top of it.